counting of the Omer. And so we're going to do some songs, but first we're going to sing Hine Matov just to get everybody warmed up. Here we go. Hine Matov Umanai Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov Umanai Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov Umanayim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov Umanayim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov, Hine Matov, Yalalai, Yalalai, Yalalai. Hine Matov, Hine Matov, Yalalai, Yalalai, Yalalai. Hine Matov Umanayim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. 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 And now, as I promised, we're going to do some songs for the Lag BaOmer. Here we go. Sing along if you know it. Haruach noshevet prira, nosifa ki samla hura, vechach bizorot argaman, ba'esh ya'ale ki korban. Ha'esh mehavhevet shira melachhevet, sovev lo sovev afinjan. Sing lai lai, yai la la lai la la lai la la lai 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 lai. Yai la la lai la la lai la la lai 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 lai. Haruach noshevet prira, נפילה פיסם למדורה, וכך לזרועות ארגמן, באש יעלה כקורבן. האש מהבהבת שירה ולבלבת, סובב לו סביב המנגן. יאי לה לה לי לה לה לי לה לה לי לה לה לי לה לה And now we'll go to the second song, if I can bring it up here. Okay, come on, guy, come on. Come down, there we go. This is about Amar Rabbi Akiva, who quoted Ve'ahavta l'reacha kamocha, what we read in the Torah last week. Amar Rabbi Akiva, Amar Rabbi Akiva, Ve'ahavta l'reacha kamocha. זה כלל גדול, גדול בתורה, זה כלל גדול בתורה. אמר רבי עקיבא, אמר רבי עקיבא, ואהבת לרעך כמוך, זה כלל גדול, גדול בתורה, זה כלל גדול בתורה.
Thank you, Chazan Stein, for bringing us into Shabbat and for Lag BaOmer, Rabbi Akiva. I'm going to talk a little bit later about Rabbi Akiva, of course, as we talk about Lag BaOmer, which we celebrate today. Unfortunately, the tragedy in Israel is they were celebrating Lag BaOmer and Mount Meron. But let's everybody take a moment, right? All of you that are there, whatever you're here for on Shabbat and you're looking for, whether it's your own spiritual connection, whether you're here for Tyson's bar mitzvah and you happen to be in a backyard with lots of family, whatever it is that you're doing right now, just bring in that moment and celebrate. Just bring in that spirit of Shabbat and let it out. And Shabbat is a time of peace and celebration. And on this Shabbat, Tyson Bass's bar mitzvah, as well as, by the way, tomorrow, Brady Leviton, we're going to also celebrate with him. But we're going to have Tyson out in a little bit, who's going to lead us in some prayers. To begin with, why don't we start? By the way, we follow in the Shabbat Shalom prayer book, the red one, if you have that. We follow along any prayer book as well. So Shalom Aleichem. You don't have to turn to any particular page yet, but why don't you, if you know the words, you'll join along with us. Shalom Aleichem.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachi Hashem, Malachi Boachem l'shalom, Malachi Hashalom, Malachi Elyon. Mi melech, Malachi Hamlachi, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu l'shalom, Malachi Malachi Elyon. Malachi Hamlachi, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Seitchem l'shalom, Seitchem l'shalom, Malachi Hashalom, Malachi Elyon. Melech, Malachi Hamlachi, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
I think you've got, this is officially Klezmer Shabbat, I think, Hazan. We normally talk about being the fifth Shabbat of the month. And I think you have some special Klezmer medley, right, that you're going to share with us?
Even in pandemic, I got some of the players together, and we did a little recording. And so here it is. I wish we were live, but this is what we got. Let's press play. That would help.
Lechu neranena, lechu neranena, lechu neranena, Adonai. Lechu neranena, lechu neranena, lechu neranena, Adonai. Naria, naria, letzuri shenu, lekama fana betoda. Naria, naria, letzuri shenu, Bismirot naridado, lechu neranena, lechu neranena, lechu neranena, Adonai. Lechu neranena, lechu neranena, lechu neranena, Adonai. Yismechu hashamayim, yismechu hashamayim, ישמחו השמיים ותגל הארץ. ישמחו השמיים, השמיים, ישמחו השמיים, השמיים, ישמחו השמיים ותגל הארץ. ירם הים, ירם הים, ירם הים, כולו. ירם הים, ירם הים, ירם הים, כולו. ירם הים, ירם הים, ירם הים, כולו. ירם הים, ירם הים, ירם הים, כולו.
That's great. I love that ending. We're going to continue with Lecha Dodi. You'll find that in your Siddur, page 23. Begin with the first stanza. And then we're going to jump to page 25 for the final stanza of Shabbat Shalom. And if you're indoors, you can rise and open up a door. If you're outdoors and sitting around, like maybe near a pool or something like that, you can stand up and welcome in that Shabbat bride. Maybe if you're getting married soon, like maybe in August, maybe you want to just turn to your bride even and acknowledge the beauty and connect it to Shabbat as well. Jordan. All right, here we go. We're going to continue with Lecha Dodi.
All right, we're doing this to by Mir Bistushain. Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala B'nei Shabbat Kabila. Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala B'nei Shabbat Kabila. Shamur v'zachor v'tibor Echad Ishmiyanu El HaMeyuchad Adonai Echad U'Shemo Echad V'Shem U'Tiferet V'Nitzilah Lecha Dodi B'Bedi B'Rochit Kala couldn't help it B'nei Shabbat Kabbalah Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala B'nei Shabbat Kabbalah Boi B'Shalom Atzeret Ba'ala Gam B'Simcha U'B'Tzola Tochem Ulei Am Segula Boi Chala Boi Chala Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala B'nei Shabbat Kabbalah. One more time. Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala B'nei Shabbat Kabbalah.
Oh, you love that scatting there. I know you do. We're going to remain standing, or if you aren't, maybe you'll stand for the Baruch, that official call to prayer, page 39a.
ברכו את אדוני המבורך Baruch, your turn. המבורך, המבורך, לעולם ועד. המבורך, המבורך, לעולם ועד. ברוך אדוני המבורך, לעולם ועד. Let's sing lai lai, yai lai 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 lai
Beloved God, you're eternal, by whose design the evening falls, by whose command dimensions open up and eons pass away and stars spin in their orbits. You create the rhythms of day and night, alternating light and darkness. Creation sings your praises. Uma'avir yom.
Uma'avir yom u'mevi laila, uma'avir ben yom u'ben laila, Adonai tzevot shemo, El chai v'kayam, tamid yilochalenu l'olam va'ed, Baruch ata Adonai, Ama'ariv Aravi.
If you're not seated yet, you feel comfortable sitting, standing, whatever you want to do. We're going to continue with Ahavat Olam, page 40. Get those glasses on and get ready to read page 40, Ahavat Olam.
Okay, keeping in the theme of Israel and Lag BaOmer and wearing glasses. Ahavat Olam Beit Yisrael Amcha Ahavta Amcha Ahavta Torah u'mitzvot Chukim u'mishpatim Otanu lemadeta Al ken Adonai Eloheinu B'shachveinu u'ekumeinu Nasiyach b'chukecha V'nismach b'divrei Toratecha U'b'mitzvotecha Le'olam va'ed Ki hem chayenu v'yorech yameinu U'vahem nege yomam v'layla Ve'avatecha tasir mimenu le'olamim Baruch ata Adonai Ohev amo Yisrael.
Page 41, the words of the Shema, and Tyson Bass is going to lead us the words in just a moment. As you unmute Tyson. Tyson, you didn't know we had so much fun behind the scenes, did you, with services? You had no idea, did you?
No.
Right? We get to enjoy together, a community, and we're just so pleased to have you with us. So you're going to lead us. I encourage all of you to, for the first 6 words, to close your eyes, focus on the oneness of Shema as Tyson will lead us.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha, b'chol levavcha, u'b'chol nafshecha, u'b'chol me'odecha, v'chayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al vavecha meshinatam lavanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha bevetecha uvletecha avaderech uv'shochbecha uv'komecha וקשרתם להיות על ידיך, וחיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך.
I'm going to continue just for a moment silently, Hebrew or English, page 41 through 42 now, words of the Shema.
למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם, אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים, אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
Mr. Koach, Tyson, you feeling better now a little bit? Usually when you get through that first prayer, right, you always feel it's just a little bit better. You're going to be okay. All right. You're going to go on mute for a little until he gets you back for the Shamru. Let's continue, right, folks? We're going to continue with our service. Let's do Micha Mocha, page 44.
מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש, נורא תהילות עושה פלא, עושה פלא, מלכותך ראו בניך, בוקע ים לפני משה, זה עניינו ואמרו, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, ונאמר כי פדה אדוני את יעקב וגלו מיד חזק ממנו, ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל. מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש, נורא תהילות עושה פלא, עושה פלא.
Like those of you on the screen who were feeling that music and dancing away Mediterranean style, that was great. All right, of course, I want to see you dancing in that room. Your family normally does a great job. We're going to continue with the prayer for healing. So for each of you that has your own person that you're thinking of, anybody that you know that needs our prayers for healing and strength, if you know of somebody approaching surgery, or if this is just for you, right? If you have a chronic illness and you just always need prayers of healing and strength, we send these out to you. I'm thinking tonight about Art Geilman, a dear friend, and sending him prayers of healing and Misha Berach. So let's, and by the way, we're sending a special prayer out to the victims in Israel, right? Those who have been injured as a result yesterday of Lag BaOmer and their celebration, and right, 45, I think, who have passed away so far, and many others who are injured, some critically. We send prayers of healing and strength to them. Hazan and Kelly, they're going to share with us, right, a prayer of healing.
B'nei Rapha. God, only you can bring true healing, and so we pray. Baruch atah Adonai, Rofei Cholei Amo Yisrael. you. Shekhinah restores our loved ones, heal our people speedily in our day. When Omar, Amen. Refaenu Adonai B'nei Raphael. Not only you can bring true healing, and so we pray. Baruch atah Adonai, Rofei Cholei Amo Yisrael. Blessed are you, Shekhinah restores our loved ones, heal our people speedily in our day, and let us say Amen.
For all those in need of healing, strength, and comfort, we send our prayers out to you. May you feel those blessings and those prayers give you that strength and comfort. And let us all say Amen. We're going to continue now with the Hashkivenu, which is page 45, but I think we have a special presentation coming from Jared Stein. If
Yes, it's a Stein
technology will work.
Okay.
Let's join in the Hashkivenu. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu L'shalom, L'shalom, Ve'amideinu Malkeinu L'chaim, Ufrosaleinu Sukat Shlomecha, Ufrosaleinu Sukat Shlomecha. Amen. Shelter us beneath your wings, O Adonai. Guard us from all harmful things, O
I love that version. Ugh. And it's just so beautiful. I was on share with Jared how much we appreciate it and love that. Oh, Chazio, we can talk about a lot about Lag BaOmer, right? And Rabbi Akiva, who's strongly connected, and the story, of course, about 24,000 disciples that apparently, according to the Talmud, died in the plagues, and which Jewish historians, by and large, agree is really probably fighters during the Bar Kokhba rebellion, right? Rabbi Akiva, who elevated Bar Kokhba in terms of a messianic figure. And Hadrian, by the way, Hadrian, who ruled over, it's called Palestine at that time, right? Because they wanted to erase all of the Jewish connections. They renamed Jerusalem Elio Capitolina. They wanted to erase any relationship of the Jewish people to Jerusalem and to Israel. And even with the destruction of the temple in 70 CE, right, it didn't stop the Jews from creating Jewish life and holding on. And so they knew it wasn't about the temple. They knew it wasn't about the priests, Hadrian and the Romans. Right? They knew it had to be Torah. And what you had to do is you're going to just have to eliminate all of the values of the Jews that inspired them to want to have a different life than what the Romans were offering them. Everybody else in that part of the world had given into, by the way, the Roman Revolution. They had all accepted Hellenism as the future, and they were willing to. It was just this small group of people in a small little country, right? That wasn't even, they had autonomy. So Hadrian creates these Hadrianic decrees in which teaching Torah is punishable by death. And so they begin to rise up against this. And so the fighters with Bar Kokhba and the scholars with Rabbi Akiva, which is sometimes why Lag BaOmer is called the scholars' holiday, they rise up together to create this rebellion. In the end, by the way, some of you know the martyrology service of Yom Kippur. You might remember we don't do it at Aliyah, but in which 10 rabbis are recognized who were put to death by the Romans. One of them, it was a student of Rabbi Akiva, is Rabbi Taradion. And there's a horrible story about him and his death. I'm going to share it with you only because we can talk about and to understand some of the stories of how connection to Torah and what generations before were willing to do to even die by it. And so when Taradion was brought forward to them, I'm going to read to you from this Talmud. They brought him to be sentenced. They wrapped him in a Torah scroll and they circled him with bundles of branches and they set fire to it. And they brought tufts of wool and soaked them in water and placed them on his heart so that his soul would not leave his body. What happened was that wet wool was keeping him alive and torturing him as his body was burning. And he would die slowly and painfully. His daughter said to him, "Father, must I see you like this?" Rabbi Hananiah ben Tarjon said to her, "If I alone were being burned, it would be difficult for me. But now that I'm burning along with a Torah scroll, he will seek retribution for the insult accorded to the Torah scroll, will also seek retribution for the insult to me." His students said to him, "Our teacher, what do you see?" Rabbi Hananiah ben Tarjon said, "I see the parchment burning, but its letters are flying to the heavens." They said to him, "You should open your mouth and let the fire enter you, and you will die quickly." Rabbi Hananiah said to them, "It's preferable that God who gave me the souls, he should take it away. One cannot harm themselves." The executioner, the Roman executioner, said to him, "My teacher, if I increase the flame and take off the tufts of wool from your heart so that you will pass away sooner and suffer less, will that bring me a life in the world to come?" Rabbi Hananiah said to him, "Yes. The executioner took an oath for me, and what you say is true." Rabbi Hananiah took the oath for him, and the executioner immediately increased the flames and took out the tufts of wool, allowing Rabbi Hananiah to pass away quickly. The executioner, too, leaped and fell into the fire and died. It's a crazy story, isn't that? It's a crazy story about how the brutality against the Jews and what it meant to be able to extinguish Torah. And people were willing to die for Torah, literally. there's this amazing part of it, by the way, in which the executioner says, can I have a share in the world to come? And then the end of this story of the Talmud says, and one of the students said, such as is, that sometimes one act of greatness can bring one and allow them into the world to come. And other times it is a life dedicated to goodness, like that of Rabbi Hanina. Right? Sometimes a great act in life, sometimes a stand against great evil can be worth so much, right? To be there at the right moments. Other times, it's an entire life dedicated towards goodness. We're all just so different, all made in the image of God, all trying to fight evil in this world. And Lag BaOmer, celebration of Torah, celebration of light, and in memory of what it means to bring light and Torah to the world. Well, we're going to continue. I think, Tyson, I think we're back to you, and you're going to share with us Vishamru, page 46. And Tyson, you'll unmute, and you're going to take it away for us, buddy.
Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat laso et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat laso et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. Beni uvein b'nei Yisrael Oti le'olam, oti le'olam, oti le'olam. Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat laso et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai et hashamayim v'et haaretz. Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat laso et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. Uveyom hashvi'i Shabbat v'nafash, Shabbat v'nafash, Shabbat v'nafash. Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat laso et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam.
Asher Koach, again, Tyson. That was great. You feeling even better, aren't you? See, by tomorrow, Torah reading, you're going to be great. No problems. We're going to continue with the Chatzi Kaddish. But first, we'll mute our cantor.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה ועמד יברח חירותי וימליך מלכותי בחיי כל ויום בכל וחיי כל בית ישראל בעגלה בעגלה ובזמן קריב ויאמרו אמן. יש מרבם מבורך לעלם לעלמי עלמיה יתברך יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתהלל ויתהלל שמי דקודשה בריחו לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה דהמירן בעלמה ואמרו אמן.
I'm going to continue now with the Amidah, which you'll find on page 47. And the James family, hope you're enjoying this Shabbat together there with everybody else. But those of you who wish to rise from the Amidah can do so. We're going to begin with Adonai Sfatai, a prayer which asks that God, that we are able to open up our lips, that our hearts and our mouth may be able to proclaim the praise. And then we're going to continue with the Amidah silently, and Zan Stein will give us some musical background to inspire our souls. And this is the time for personal, private reflections, whether Hebrew or English, or the prayers of your heart.
עושה שלום במרומה, הוא יעשה שלום. מעלינו ויעקב ישראל, ועל כל יושבי תבל, וידברו אמן. עושה שלום במרומה, הוא יעשה שלום. נעלינו ויעבור ישראל, ויעבור יושבי תבל, וידברו אמן.
Hadish Shalom, page 54.
יקרא ויקדש שמך רבה, בעלמא יברח חירותי, וימלך מלכותי בחייכון, ומלכון בחייך לבית ישראל, בגלה ובזמן קריב יאמרו אמן. יהי שמירה במבורך, לעלם ועל מאומיה, יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ותשמע ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתהלל ויתהלל, שמי דקודשה בריחו לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תשבחת ונחמתה, דמרן בעלמה ויאמרו אמן. תתקבל צלות הון ודהון לכל בית ישראל, ואדום והון לוי שמיה ויאמרו אמן. יהי שלום רב מן שמיה, וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ויאמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ויאמרו amen.
I don't know why a tabby cat walking across your screen would distract you, Chazan Stein. I just, it's part of being in people's living rooms and being able to share with them. And it's always a pleasure.
Happens in school all the time.
We were testing the strength of his conviction, and he passed with flying colors. Here comes Simba. Thank you, Chazan Stein. Thank you so much. That's a beautiful combination of the words and the music. Very inspiring. Thank you.
We couldn't have said it better. Tyson, are you ready? You're going to join. You're going to lead us in Kiddush. So take that Kiddush cup with grape juice, I trust, right? If you have responsible parents there. You're going to unmute yourself, all right? I'm watching Justin, all right? And raise that cup and lead us in Kiddush. Go ahead, Tyson.
Baruch Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen.
Amen. Keep going.
Baruch Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu mitzvotav, v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho, v'ahava uvratzon, hin halanu zikaron lema'aseh, bereshit, ki hu yom techila, lemikra'e kodesh, zecher, Letziyat Mitzrayim, Kivanu beharta, Beotanu kitashta, Mikohan, Beshabbat kochecha, Behava uvratzon, in haltanu, Baruch Adonai, Mikadesh HaShabbat.
Amen. Drink up, Tyson. All right, then you can relax for the rest of the service. In fact, if you want to go outside and join the rest of your family, you could feel free to celebrate with them. You can watch the rest, I know, as a family together. And just give your uncles a hard time for me, will you please? All right. Okay.
Yes,
we're going to continue. We're going to actually count. We're going to count the Omer right now. And those of you who'd like to stand can do so. We're going to start with the blessing on page 63, and then on 68, if you're following, you'll find the actual counting. Last night we counted Lag BaOmer. Lag, by the way, Lamed Gimel stands for the Hebrew number of 30, and 3 it was the 33rd day of the Omer. Tonight, Chazan Stein, which would then make it, we're going to let him know in 1 second. Will you please lead us in the counting of the Omer?
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al sefirat haomer. Hayom 34 yom shehem 4 shavuot v'shisha yamim la'omer.
Today's 34th day, 4 weeks and 6 days of the Omer, the days we count from Passover to Shavuot, ultimately those 7 weeks that remind us about counting each day and making each day count. We're going to continue now with Aleinu, page 56. We invite you to rise if you're not standing yet.
Aleinu לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא הושבנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו בהם בגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא שהוא נותן שמיים ויוסר הארץ ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל ושכינת זו בגובה מרומי אלוהינו אינו אמת מלכנו אפס סעודתו כך כתוב בתורתו וידעת היום והשב אותה אל לבבך כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל ועל הארץ ועל הארץ מתחת עינו דרכנו כתוב בתורתך אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד ונאמן והיה אדוני למלך על הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו
may be seated if you'd like to. Going to turn now to the Mortis Kaddish, this moment of memorial. And on this Shabbat, we'll remember the following individuals. On this Shabbat, remember Helene Boydell, Sadie Cohen, Dina Elprin, Anna Fox, Abraham Jacoby, Joseph Martin, David Rosenfeld, Rachel Karen Solomon, Hortense Strong, Ted Greenberg, Archie Layton, Salvador Liu, Alan Goya, Annette Kahan, Florence Novetzky, Harry Rothschild, Ken Sherwin, Mindel Schofel, Sarah Tarika, Jacques Assor, Zachary Bramnick, Celine Bruck, Henrietta Goldsmith, Bruce Green, Hannah Levine, Doris Marshall, Raphael Mizrahi, Marilyn Saltman, Jacob Steinberg, Dorothy Toplinsky, Ruben Albert, Alice Braun, Salvador D'Ignacio, Sidney Engel, Brian Lemberger, Selma Pascal, Edna Shear, Helen Weiser, Joanne Edelstein, Nat Fields, Rebecca Flesher, Peggy Frank, Harvey Gutman, Matilda Ross, Baby Sharp, Florence Stiebel, Judith Teplitz, Harold Falk, Helen Wagman, Nathan David Baum, Robert Bruce Miller, Dorothy Naftalin, Madeline Paris, Queenie Sirach, and Ruth Wolf. So also mindful and saddened by the passing this past week of Jan Wayne, the mother of Lenny, Robin Wayne. And we're also mindful tonight, as I mentioned earlier, the tragedy of at least, it looks like 45 people who died in Israel during the Lag BaOmer celebration. And so for their families, we send condolences and our hearts go out to them. For those of you who are on Zoom and are reciting the Kaddish, if you'd like to unmute yourself, you can. If you'd like to be heard in terms of a sense of community, you're welcome to join us. You won't be seen on screen, so if you want to, you can feel free to unmute. All those of you on live stream also can rise if you're reciting the words of the Kaddish as we join together. Yit Gadal ve'yit Kadash Shemei Rabbah. Amen. Ve'alma divrach hirutei ve'amlich malchutei v'chayechon u'v'omechon u'chayei v'chol beit Yisrael v'agalav v'zman kari v'meru. Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabbah mevorach ve'olam umei umaya. Yitbarach, Yishtabach, Yitpa'ar, Yitromam, Yitnaseh, Yitadar, Yitaleh, Yitalal, Shemei Dekudesha, Brichu, Ve'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechamata da'amiran b'alma v'meru amen v'yehi shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael meru amen oseh shalom v'mroma hu yaseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael meru amen. The God who establishes peace in the heavens, grant peace and harmony for us, fellow Israel, and all of humanity, as we say, amen. Oof, what a wonderful service it's been. Hazan Stein, what is just so beautiful and inspiring music and prayer. And Tyson and your family. I just want you, Tyson, look around at everybody there with you. Neil and Stacy, just take it all in. The blessings, right, of all that you have. Can't believe it. Seems just like yesterday we celebrated the 3 boys and their B'nai Mitzvah. Now we're on to grandchildren. And there you are, Tyson. You went. You're back. You're coming. All right. Enjoy, everybody. It's so nice. Tyson, are you enjoying? You having a great time? Yeah, you can unmute even.
Yeah.
Good. You enjoying with your family there? Isn't that the best?
Yeah.
Yeah. You have a kind of crazy family a little bit, you think? No, we won't do that publicly. That's okay.
Yes, crazy.
Give special hugs, everybody. We're going to celebrate tomorrow. And you can join us 10:30 on the live stream. We will be live at the synagogue, but you can join us on live streaming. We're also going to in the afternoon for Mincha. Brady Leviton, as I mentioned, we're going to celebrate his bar mitzvah at 5 o'clock. Please join Hazan Mimi on Sunday for the Meditative Sacred Space service online. Next Friday night, we will be back at the synagogue. And those of you who want to join us, go online. You have to RSVP just so we can accommodate everybody, make sure to be spaced out appropriately. We'll be inside our sanctuary. It's just such divinity. It's so beautiful. Everybody's wearing masks. Don't worry. Clergy, we're far away. We're not wearing masks when we're praying or when we are speaking, but we are following all the safety guidelines. And we're all vaccinated as well. And we welcome you all. Next Friday night, as we said, with service on Shabbat morning, we have Micah Gutman. We're going to be celebrating her bat mitzvah. Aliyah Grand Prix, those of you who are out there, all right? Those of you in a backyard and you're celebrating, I want you to think about celebrating with Aliyah Grand Prix, right? Which is our big fundraiser, all right? Clarissa, I know you're in it. I know that you have a car there and we're rooting for you. The cars are in, the votes have been cast. This week, we're gonna find out the winners of the design contest. Then a couple short weeks, we're gonna have a race. And we're going to find out which is the fastest car during an ESPN-style broadcast on May 23rd and June 6th. You can still show your support by being an event sponsor. We need lots of sponsors. This is our big fundraiser. We're not having a gala this year, just like last year because of the COVID. Even betting on whose car will beat the clergy. You can bet against me. I give you permission. Aliyah Grand Prix replaces our gala. I told you all that already. So please show your support. Visit aliyahrolls.com. That's where you can find it on our website in the next few weeks. We're here for you, by the way, even though we're not in the office every day. The best way, the easiest thing you can do is send us an email, rabbi.vogel@templelaliyah.org or hazanmimi.org or at templelaliyah.org or Rabbi Galko, Hazan Stein, any of us. Maureen, we're just an email away and we'll get back to you quickly. What an exciting Shabbat. Hazan, what do you got for us to take us out of this Shabbat?
Well, I'm gonna do the song that I wrote when I brought a Torah to Africa, and since Torah is our theme, and that story, Rabbi, that you told, we think about Torah and it's our life, it's our breath, it's our everything. So here it is, and you know the chorus. Eitz chai chaim hi lamachazikim ba b'tocheha me'ushar. It's a tree of life. If we hold fast, we'll find blessing and our joy will last. Its ways are ways of pleasantness, and all its paths are peace. From the beginning, Asher natan lanu Torat emet, the Torah of truth, you planted it inside of us forever. When we lie down and when we rise, the words of your Torah Asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim, accepting your Torah and all that it means. For Torah is not in heaven, it lives upon our hearts, the source of all meaning, and where all meaning starts. Here we go, it's Chaim, lemachazikim ba, v'tomchecha merushar. It's a tree of life. If we hold fast, we'll find blessing, and our joy will last. Its ways are ways of presentness, and all its paths are peace. Lomdei Toratecha lishema, la'asok b'divrei Torah. Love of learning fills the soul. Each day you start anew when you embrace the wisdom. Wisdom embraces you. One last time. It's a Chaim, lamachazikim ba, v'tomchecha merushar. It's a tree of life. If we hold fast, we'll find blessing, and our joy will last. Its ways are ways of pleasantness, and all its paths are peace.
Wishing you all a Shabbat Shalom. Chaz, take us out.
Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat.